Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite toys. This is my 1983 Ford Ranger. As you can probably see, I've done a little bit more to it than came with its standard 4x4 off-road package. So today I'm just going to be doing a quick overlook of the external mods on this truck, all of which are either designed or built by myself. The result is that I haven't spent more than about $1,500 on everything done to this truck. If I actually get interested in this video, if people actually like it, then I can go through and do an individual how to every single thing done on this truck. If I don't get any interest, well then hey, what can it hurt? So first of all, I got the off-road snorkel here. Pretty standard for a lot of overland rigs. This one I had to water seal the air box, which was a bit of a challenge. I then had to route it over here through the right-hand fender and put the snorkel up. This snorkel actually is for a 1987 Toyota Land Cruiser, because as you probably can figure out, they don't make snorkels for 1983 Ford Rangers. However, it actually is very sturdy, fit the truck very well, and I think looks pretty dang good. Next thing I got here is an exhaust snorkel. Now, this is something you don't often see or really ever see on civilian rigs. However, all the Humvees actually have exhaust snorkels. I was thinking to myself, well, why would they have that? Did a little bit of research, and it's basically so that if your engine dies in deep water, the water doesn't go up your exhaust pipe and hydrolock your engine, which would essentially destroy your vehicle. So I threw this together in a couple days, put it on there, and it actually works very well. Just so you guys know, I brought this truck into water up to the windshield without a single problem. Went right through it. No hiccups, coughs, or sputters, which means nothing got in the engine. And I know that because this is a carbureted vehicle. This runs on good old 1980s technology. Next I got standard, just very standard bed rails here. These are just super basic, super easy, but they come in handy all the time. I love these things. Super sturdy, they're just bolted right onto the frame of the truck there. So as you can see, I got some pretty big Fender Flares. Now, I've gotten a lot of likes and dislikes on these. These came for a 1980s Jeep, just your standard C7 or whatever Jeep. I don't know Jeeps very well. So I had to cut them a little bit to fit my truck. Now, I'm not super happy with how they look, but they serve their purpose very well, which is preventing mud from going freaking everywhere, because the tires are pretty much the largest tires that will fit on this truck. They are 33 by 12 by 15s, which means they stick way out from the side of the truck. So when I'm actually off-roading, they kick mud everywhere. On the back here, just got your standard tube bumper. This one, now if you see the pipes there on the side, that is actually a Hammock Rig. I can put a hammock between the roll bar and a special rig I have here in the truck, which I'll be doing a video on at a later point. I just built this. This is a spare tire carrier. I'm in the process of getting a 5th tire and full-size rim, so there's currently nothing on it, but it's a pretty cool rig. I couldn't fit a full-size spare up under the rear there, plus I didn't really like the idea of bottoming out and destroying my spare tire by puncturing the sidewall, thus building the spare tire carrier. In the back here, I've got a 2,000-pound winch. That's specifically for pulling my motorcycles up into the back of the truck. The problem with a lifted truck is it's very hard to get a 300-pound dirt bike or street bike up into the truck, hence the winch, which pulls them up very effectively. I put this decal on the rear window just for the heck of it. I love this decal, love how it looks, and it's really where I want to be at all times. So I also have a 2-foot light bar, really mostly for tailgaters. I freaking hate tailgaters, but it's also for backing up and just all around light production. Got your standard off-road jack here, high lift jack. And then, as you can see, I've got 360 light bars on this truck. On the side here, I got 12 inchers. So the light bars are all rigged to 3 separate switches, so I can turn on separate light bar systems at a time. That way I'm not lighting everything up. I only light up the areas that I actually want to. So I got the side ones rigged to go on at one time, the front go on, and then the rear go on. So I don't light the whole world up. Got my 52-inch light bar there in the back. Pretty standard for most off-road rigs. Now these pipes going up the front here, people don't really know what these are. These are actually limb risers, and they've actually come in handy several times. The purpose of these is to push rather large branches up and over the vehicle without really tearing things off or tearing things up. I also have secondary limb risers that go up here to push things up and over the light bar. I was having a lot of branches get caught on that, and I was afraid I'd get a big one that would just rip it right off. So I got the full limb riser setup going there. Got a shovel and an axe, pretty standard. Most off-road rigs have them. I just bolted these to the front grille supports. The front grille supports go from, obviously, the front grille. They go down, and then I've got kind of a sail formation down here, which is then bolted to the frame of the truck itself. So they're very sturdy, haven't given me any problems. They really provide a lot of support for the front grille here. As well as the limb risers also provide support. Really everything provides support for everything else. In the front here, I have another 2-foot light bar, as well as just several spotlights. You'll notice the spotlights are actually angled off to the side a little bit, so they provide a little bit wider field of vision. In the front here, got a 9,000-pound winch built on it's really an I-beam, a really heavy-duty I-beam, which is then bolted to 3/4-inch steel plate, which is then bolted to the frame of the truck. And trust me, you could literally winch this truck straight up in the air with this rig right here. It is incredibly strong. Got my Marine Corps license plate because hoorah, Semper Fi. Got my overall grill guard here. Some people think it's overkill. I like it. It's a little bit wind resistant, but frankly, I don't give a crap because this truck doesn't go over 60 miles an hour anyway. It definitely pushes everything out of the way. Got my little hood ornament here, just for the fun of it, because I mean, come on, why not? Alright, so up at the top we got a little shout out to Brad Paisley, get a little mud on the tires just for the heck of it. Got my CB antenna right here, runs to a CB radio on the dash, of course. And last but not least, gotta have your roof rack. This goes through the roof and is bolted directly to the truck. Haven't really used it much, but hey, whenever I need to throw some extra cargo on there, it's available. So there it is. That's my my nice little off-road rig. Not a single piece of this was bought from a store or from a professional off-road setup, as some of you will, I'm sure, roast me on some of this, but hey, it works, it's a lot of fun, and it did not cost me a lot of money. Like, subscribe. Got any questions? Want me to do how-to videos? Just let me know. Have a good one, y'all.